What's up guys, my name is Christopher and these are my three E46s and I'm going to be breaking down the driving experience between a track car, a street car, and a daily driver. So let's hop straight into the video. Alrighty guys, I'm in the Laguna Seca blue car. This one's the track build. This thing is rowdy, it's fun, makes a bunch of noise, all the right noises. If you want to watch a video of me breaking down all the cars I'm going to drive in today's video, click up here or somewhere wherever I'm pointing at on the screen. There'll be a video of me going over a quick breakdown over all the cars. Let's get right back into it. Instantly, a couple of the first impressions that I've noticed from driving this car. Obviously the suspension, I feel everything, which is great for feedback. Probably doesn't sound great for a daily commuter, but that's not what this car is about. Turn in is insane. Very predictable. And this one, obviously having a brace in the rear, it livens up the entire rear end in my opinion. That has been my number one gripe with E46s and the ones that I've owned, is the rear end always feels a little sloppy. This one, not at all. It's got that brace in the rear all the way down to the subframe. And you can tell, you can feel it. It makes you work for it, and it definitely makes the rear end a little bit more playful, which is what I like, especially out of a BMW. Coming into a corner real quick. Oh yeah, and then the brakes, upgraded brakes, stop techs. Way better than stock. Tons of bite. And the turn-in is just insane. Oh my heavens. Yeah. Tons of noise in the car. It is most certainly not quiet by any means. Yeah, this thing is great. Very predictable. The Olins are great, especially over these small bumps on this road. One of my favorite things about this car has to be that GTR X bracing in the rear. My biggest gripe over all the E46s I've ever owned is the rear end just doesn't feel solid. It doesn't feel planted. And this one does that. I would recommend, if you have that gripe as well, definitely get a bracing that goes all the way down to the subframe. A Dynon one or one that just goes across the strut hats. It works phenomenally well. It just doesn't do the same level as this, of course. Going down to that subframe really just ridges that whole subframe up and the whole rear end of the car, and it makes it drive exponentially better. That would be one recommendation that I can say just from driving this car that I know the other two cars are not going to feel like. This car is a blast. I'm really excited to see what it's like comparing the other two to this one. So I'm going to swap over to the titanium silver M3 and compare that. I'll see you there. Alrighty guys, we're in the titanium silver E46 M3. More of a streetable setup. It has the BC Racing coilovers. No X bracing in the rear, no upgraded sway bar in the front. Just coilovers, just an exhaust. Very streetable setup. And it feels completely different than the Laguna Seca car. It is still composed, extremely capable, but it is not as confidence inspiring to drive fast. Now you can absolutely just throw it into corners and let it eat, but without sway bars and reinforcements up top, I can feel an exponential amount of more of body roll in this car. Ooh, blinded by the sun right there. Good thing I know this road. Woo. Yeah, rear end wants to slide around a little bit. That's fun. nice sound. The LSP does not do that at all. That's another thing, the brakes as well. Definitely can feel a difference between the upgraded StopTech brakes and these stock brakes. The stock brakes, for sure, I can feel them. They get a lot mushier and lose feel exponentially quicker than the StopTech brakes. And everything about the car is great. It feels very much like a street car, extremely capable, but man, when you're comparing it to a track car, especially on a back road with super tight windies and you're kind of pushing a little bit of the limits of the road while being safe, you can definitely find the weak spots in a car after driving a fully built one. Steering turn-in, obviously the same rack, but I do feel I get a lot more communication from the Laguna Seca car. I think just everything that's stock about this car to the bushings and everything just send a lot less feedback through to the steering wheel. And that's a great thing for daily driving, but if you're looking for true engaging driver feel, that is something to take note of. Alrighty guys, I'm in the ZHP. Immediately, my back is loving it a lot more. It is far more comfy. It is freezing outside. That was what that was. This car is not 100% stock. It does have Coney yellows, iBox springs, and Turner Motorsport rear sway bars and front sway bars. So it's a pretty phenomenal car to drive for a non-M car. Funny enough, I actually think this car feels more confidence inspiring in the corners than the M3 I just drove. I love the way this thing sounds. It's not like as metallic-y as the M3. It's got a more deep grunt tone to it. Now it doesn't have a whole exhaust setup, it just has the muffler, so it's just right, plenty of noise, nothing too much. Roll the windows back up so you don't hear a little better. Man, I am blown away. This car somehow feels more composed than the M3 does, and that's really weird. Wow, I did not think I would be saying that. It feels plenty quick, and being able to average 30 miles an hour or 30 miles per gallon, this thing, it's pretty hard to beat for the money. I'm gonna turn traction control off real quick and hit some of these corners a little harder to see what this thing can truly do at the limit. Oh yeah, that's crazy. I mean, they are the same chassis at the end of the day. Yeah, you can swing it in and it'll slide. Man, for back roads, this thing is extremely capable. I didn't think it, and I'm still trying to wrap my brain around how well this thing is doing. Like, I genuinely am having a hard time not liking this car right now. I didn't think it would perform that well. It slid a little bit in the rear. What? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I did not expect this car to drive this well. I bought this car as a daily driver, just a bit of backstory. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be a fun daily driver. I can still, enjoy the driver feel of the car because it's a BMW E46 at the end of the day. I mean, it's a legendary chassis. But this car's fun. Now obviously on track, there's a lot of things I wouldn't enjoy about this car, but it has plenty of lateral grip for turn-in, and I believe it's only on an 8.5-inch front tire. It's like 215 in the front. Yeah, 215s. They're still gripping. The only thing I am not the most happy with this car is the open diff. There's a lot of one tire fire moments if you're trying to drive it hard and especially try to drift a little bit. But for the most part, this thing is kind of blown my mind. I haven't really taken this car on back roads during my ownership because why would I have two M3s? This thing is a unit. What the heck? This thing is a unit. Now, I did take it down to the tail of the Dragon as it's currently set up, and I did experience a lot of understeer, and having the M3 Laguna Seca Blue track set up there, that thing was an animal, so this thing felt far less enjoyable to drive. But man, words cannot describe how impressed I am with this car right now. I'm speechless right now. If you have a ZHP, I'm sure you know how great they are to drive. If you haven't and you don't believe the hype, go buy one. Now, it's not gonna drive better than the M3 because it's far less money and it wasn't meant to be. But if you have to pick one of the cars to be your daily driver and your car that can do everything, it might be this car. It might be. I'm shocked, guys. I am blown away with the ZHP. I've never driven all three of these cars back to back before, and I guess I needed to do it sooner. Obviously, you're probably gonna hate me, but I truly think if you have a cheap beater, obviously go the track solution. This thing is way better than all the cars to drive. But I would argue that that car is probably the best bang for your buck here. That one drove phenomenal. It was amazing. And I guess it really goes to show if you only have a couple of thousands of dollars to put towards mods, I would probably do suspension and anti-sway bars because that completely livened up that entire car and in my opinion made it drive better than this one. Thank you guys for making it this far in the video. It really means a lot. It really helps out the channel. I'm trying to grow this channel and do some pretty cool stuff in the future, so if you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on in this channel's world, it'd mean a lot if you could scroll down, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification as well. And if you do want to stay up to date with other things, I make other content that is less me in front of the camera on TikTok, Instagram. And yeah, guys, it's been a blast making the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed filming it. So peace out and I'll see you in the next one.